Howdy YouTube, welcome to RV Daydream. Wheeling in another product today. Different, a little bit different for campers. This could work for tent camping. This can work for RVing. This can work if you're in a park. This could be something that you could use if you're going out somewhere in a tent. This would work great for flea markets, especially if you have kids. And there's a lot of other things that I think that you could use just around the house. And this is from our friends at BougeRV. The last time we did anything from BougeRV, I think it was a refrigerator cooler, if I'm not mistaken. They have their hands in a little bit of everything that has to do with anything related to RVs. So let's go ahead and tell you about the BougeRV Wagon. And I'm talking about a special wagon.
What have you been up to?
I've been riding on a daydream.
So BougeRV has come out with this crazy wagon. And as soon as I saw it, I thought, you know what? I've got to talk about this thing. We do so many electric bike reviews. And on the bike reviews, we're always talking about utility as far as what it could be used for, how you could use it if you were staying in an RV park versus if you were camping, stuff like that. And this falls right into that category of maybe something that you want to do. A power wagon. It is just what it sounds like. This is a wagon, a camping RV wagon, camping wagon, whatever you want to call it. But it's a wagon that is collapsible, so it can be transported relatively easy. Although it is kind of heavy. I have to say this, I mean, just the box alone is pretty heavy. We'll get into the details of that in a second. But this thing is folding, collapsing. It has a handle that has controls on it, and it has a battery and power wheels and can haul a bunch. This thing can hold 440 pounds. I mean, that's a lot. Now, they say that's 3 full-size adults. Well, that's not, you know, this full-size adult plus 2 others just like me. There's probably normal-size adults. But more importantly, this is used to get stuff going, you know, maybe go to the grocery store, whatever, moving your plants around. I know a lot of people are seasonal. Maybe they put all their plants away when storms come through or something like that, and then they get them all back out again. You could do that with this. And of course, hauling firewood. A lot of things come to mind. If you're going out and maybe like our son goes to a music festival and he goes a distance off of the beaten path, like he'll park his car, open up his trunk, unload all his stuff. Sometimes he's got to make a couple trips because he'll bring a battery, you know, one of those power stations. He'll bring a fan, and then he'll bring all his sleeping equipment and a tent. And then he's got to walk across the field that is like a mile, you know, worth of field to get down towards the lake. This would be perfect. So again, let me get into it. Let's look at the packaging. All right, so inside the box, looks like there might be some assembly that's required. That doesn't surprise me. This is a pretty small box. You're looking at something though that has the ability, once it's all together, to go 12 miles on a charge. I'm sure your mileage is going to vary on that, but it has 2 250 watt motors and it's got like 3 different speeds. So it's not like this thing's going to run you over necessarily. I'll be honest with you. I would love to climb in this thing and see if it'll drive me, if I can ride in it, right? I'm so lazy, I'm telling you. So let me get this out of here completely. It's in here pretty good. Let me see if I can just tilt it this way. Oh, well, this isn't bad. Holy cow. There's no real assembly here. I mean, there's something, but this thing is all collapsed. It's darn near ready to go. When I said, you know, this is, you know, got some weight to it, 40 pounds, so it's not crazy. I mean, 40 pounds is pretty respectable. Here's I'm sure this is the battery by the weight of this. So you can see it's not a huge battery, but it's, okay, it's got some sort of an aluminum case or something that resembles aluminum at least. Let's see if it's got an amp hour on this, because I kind of relate to it amp hour wise. milliamp hour. So this is 5,200 milliamp hour. Now, one of the most popular things that I see that people order with this is BougeRV has an additional power station, or it's a power station really. And it will connect to, and you can charge up this, of course, to where you can get more distance out of it than 12 miles. And I'm gonna say that if you're going up a hill or something like that, I'm sure 12 miles is probably gonna run down pretty quick and you're not gonna get quite that much. So again, this is first time for me. I haven't really looked at the manual or anything. I know what this is supposed to kind of look like overall, but okay, this is the handle. We'll look at this a little bit closer over on the table here. And I think that might be it. I see something else down there. Let's go ahead and get all the parts and look at them. Okay, so as far as I can tell, these are all the parts. They have it packaged very well. This is kind of cool. You got your brakes here, and they just dig right, look at that. They dig right into that rubber, and then of course you push that to release it. And these, you can see, look how wide these wheels are. My hands are not small. And these are kind of like, it's a hard rubber, but you could still, I could put my nail in it. It's still got some pliability to it. I'm sure when it gets really warm, it's like 65, 68 outside right now. But if this was really warm from the hot asphalt, this would probably be pretty pliable. And what it kind of reminds me of is Power Wheels. You know, the kids' little toys that they ride on. You think whenever you get it, oh, these things aren't going to last very long. And man, those Power Wheels, unless you put a different battery on there, those wheels and tires last a long time. Again, the battery we just talked about, you can see how it compares to the wheels. And I kind of like the idea. This is just a USB-C charge. There is no additional charger because we all have USB-C plugs, right? And there is an output, obviously, for where you hook up the device. Now, this is what I wanted to show you here. Get this turned around for you. My first time looking at it. Okay, kind of cool. There's a little display thing here, little LCD or something. Nice. Of course, it reads correctly for the person holding it. So like right now, everything's upside down to the camera. But for the person holding it, here's on off. Here's the gear, which, you know, is basically the speed of the motor. And it's just a, you know, a single plug-in. Looks like I've got a couple of screws here or something. They do give you a little screwdriver, and inside the little screwdriver pouch, I feel the 2 screws that go along with this to mount the handle. Here's your information for the battery. Gives you a lot of different languages, which we don't need all those here. Pretty simple. I'm sure you could buy extra batteries if you'd like. And then, of course, the manual itself as far as how to get this thing together and how to use it. It looks pretty simple, though. I really like the idea that it's already assembled for me, because I do electric bikes so often, it gets really old assembling bikes all day long. So let me get this together and we'll take a better look at it. First sign of some pretty good engineering I like whenever this goes down. Those screws that were in that little packet with the screwdriver also came with these extended rivet style nuts. And the nice thing about this is a spacer for the aluminum handle and the plastic handle that goes on top of that, that I was showing you with the controls. This is so you don't collapse everything. You don't over tighten and just smash everything. And not only that, but it gives you a really nice finished look with this nice like stainless head, or at least chrome head. And the same with this too. It's just a nice flush screw. So already the engineering's looking pretty good. And those big wheels that I was showing you, the casters, they just snap in place. There's no tools. Okay, I wasn't going to do a step-by-step, but I do want to point out some of the stuff that seems pretty important to me, at least. These wooden pieces here, make sure you take them out. They're to keep the wheels from turning during transportation. Once those, you know, these are out there, they're just buffers. They've got these, they're protectors. They protect the wire, and it gives it a good finished look. You want to make sure that you slide these down over the nuts that hold the wheels on. Now, finally, the battery itself is going to go in whenever it's sitting like this with the handle up. It's a little bit out of view, but the handle is facing, you know, it's kind of right here. The battery, this part here will go at the bottom. You can look in there and see the connector that this goes into. And then I'm going to check real quick to see. Okay, I've got 3 bars, so 75%. I'm going to go ahead and push this in, and it latches in place. Now, to take it out, you just pull this handle, and it just pops it out. But that's it. This is what it's going to look like whenever it's in, I guess, transport mode, the basic mode. You can see here there's a handle. Let me get you some dimensions of what this thing looks like with all the wheels in, so you can get an idea of how much you're going to use. You know, us being RVers, that pass-through storage that we had on our 5th wheel, you know, that goes fast. Definitely goes fast whenever you're trying to store stuff. But I like the idea that it's real thin. You might be able to slide it in between furniture or something in your, you know, living quarters. I don't know, but let's get a tape measure out. So as far as this here, when the wheels are tucked in place, make sure you tuck them in the right way. Just like that. You're talking, this is 12 inches wide this way, or thick. And then the biggest point, again, I think it's going to be at the wheels. So let me turn the wheel a little bit here. And with the locks, 25 inches. If you have, you know, some mix match to where you have a lot of space that's available, it's a little bit smaller. You can get everything up top here. It's 20 inches. So about 2.5 inches on the wheels added to that. Now you can remove those casters. They just click in place. You just push the release and you can release the casters out of there. So if you want to do that, then you're at a maximum of, again, 20 inches there. And then as far as height, with the handle, or I'm sorry, without the handle, we're at about 25 inches. And then with the handle, this is, you know, the handle's a lot here, guys. You're looking at 32 inches. So the deal is, once you get this to wherever you're wanting to take it to, you just undo it. Now, I've never done this before, so this is the first time I'm opening it up. Let's see how intuitive it is. So far, so good. You just push the middle down. All right. Is that it? I mean, the handle, you got to kind of click out this way, and then you pull it up. It's a retractable thing, and yeah, I guess that's it. That was it. All right, we're going to take a gamble here. Let's see if I fall. Well, I'm standing right in the middle. I got my feet spaced, but I'm 270 pounds, guys. I'm 270 in here. The floor don't feel like it's breaking or anything. It feels pretty sturdy down there. Makes me want to know what's down there. Let's see if we can take a look. Oh yeah, okay, they got some metal bars there. All right, well, I get it. I guess that makes sense. Now, as far as turning this on and stuff, let's see what that's like. I guess I hold this long press maybe. Oh, nope, just real quick. It flashes. It tells me that I have 57%. Oh, I got to push which direction I want to go. Oh, that is cool. Okay, I'm going to try to do this handheld, so just ignore the shakiness. You can see where the battery is. What I was showing you about the way that it went in, when it's in this mode, the battery is going to be flipped, opposite, obviously. I was showing you what it looked like upside down. A couple of things. Let's talk about this. This is a cool feature. You need more space, you got more space. You can drop that down all the way flat. These are limiters for the tailgate. This is nice. There's a hard plastic thing that's in here. It looks like it has some features here that you might be able to put a cover over top of this. I'm assuming that's what these square pieces are here for some sort of a top as an accessory. Again, I like this idea that it's like a tailgate on a truck, right? And then as far as the handle, let's get to that. Either one of these, they will release the brakes on the wagon so that you can pull this manually. You don't have to pull both of them at the same time, just one of them, because as a safety feature, it has a brake. Like if I don't pull that and I try to pull, the back tires are just sliding. You can see if I pull the trigger, the wheels or tires roll. And if I don't pull the trigger, they just slide. And again, that's a safety feature. Now, as far as this here, this is how you drive it. And I like this. This is a lot better than I thought. How nice is that? It's pretty simple. If you want it to go, you just hit this little trigger here and it rolls. And this is on speed 1. This is really cool. Of course, you can change your gears, like I said here, and then this is the on off. I'll get you upside down here. We're at 56%, and this is a bright display. But yeah, like I said, considering that this is supposed to be just a wagon, it's got a lot of nice features, right? Check this out. Got a couple little pouches up here to hold stuff. Looks like, yeah, these are can holders. Those are for brewskis. But what a nice looking wagon. What a really good design. So the links are going to be down below for this. If you think that you might be in a situation where you go to the boat ramp every day and you're taking all your gear and you're carrying it. I mean, we see that a lot. Most of the time on the bigger boats, of course, you just leave all your gear in the boat. But what I'm talking about is the gear that you're going to bring out, your bait, your phones, anything food related, you know, your lunch, your drinks, all that you can take to your boat with this and then fold it up and just go. Now, let me show you what this looks like. Go ahead and turn this off, which is, it's not a long push. There's a release right here that's down here that you push for the handle. The handle collapses to the point where you can snap it in place right there, right? And then this is it. And that's it collapsed and it's ready to go. I don't know, guys. This is pretty cool. So if this is something you're interested in, again, use the link down below. It's kind of a weird thing, but it's kind of cool too, right? And again, of course, charging wise, you just go ahead and pull that battery out and plug it into a USB-C and you get all the power that you need that way. So you get it out of your car, you carry it to where you need it to go. You open it, which is nothing more than pushing down the center. That locks everything in place. You unclip this or just pull it out. This comes up. That latches in place. And that's it. You turn it on, you're ready to go. Again, this is the lowest settings. Let's see what happens when we go up to the fastest setting. That is way too fast. I don't know what you're going to do. I was hoping to get in this thing and ride it, but this doesn't steer it. It just changes the direction of the casters whenever you're giving it direction. 440 pounds, 12 miles. I like this. As I said before, the links are down in the description. Click the links, it'll take you right to it. And as always, guys, we hope to see you out there. Bye.